Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday Morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. Well, thanks for joining me for breakfast this morning. Today is going to be a very memorable day for the market. We've got the NASDAQ currently trading down about 1,000 points. The rest of the market isn't down as aggressively. It is all about AI this morning. And the market is responding to a Chinese product that seems to be much more efficient than its US counterparts. And that has spooked the market. Remember, it was AI that has been leading the market higher over the last year or so, and it's going to be AI that takes us down on Monday. Now, just looking at the cues in the pre market this morning, we're trading down at that level right now. And of course, that is still above the $500 level, which is my real break point here. But of course, we're not going to do anything based on how the market is open. Throughout the day, these companies are going to be able to respond to this news regarding China, and that could bring money back into the market. So, yeah, it's very spooky out there in the pre market on Monday morning, but we're not going to do anything about it until we get a closing price, and then we'll decide what to do based on the closing price. Now, this week was a jam packed week. Everybody was focused on the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. We also have the Bank of Canada meeting this week. And that was where the real focus was, and that's where all the volatility was expected to start. But we're getting an enormous amount of volatility in the pre-market on Monday morning. Now, the first numbers that we get in the pre-market this week will be on Thursday. That'll be GDP and initial jobless claims. And again, those numbers could change the direction of the market. Now, in the pre-market this morning, the VIX is actually trading above the upper channel line at the moment. That doesn't mean it's going to close there, but that's what's going on right now. US dollar index was down nicely on Friday. That was supportive for higher stock prices. We'll have to see how that settles. I know the Canadian dollar is pretty steady in the pre-market this morning. And then the bond prices moved up last week and then stalled on Thursday. Bond yields came down last week and stalled on Thursday and Friday. And so we'll have to see how the bond market reacts to what's going on in the chip sector. Now, NVIDIA, of course, is the big player in this market, and it is in all the technology ETFs. So all the technology ETFs are going to come down sharply, especially anything semiconductor related. And then if we look at NVIDIA, NVIDIA is trading way down there in the pre-market this morning, currently down over 12% in the pre-market. The pre-market is not the real market. There's not a lot of adult supervision in the pre-market. There is European involvement in the pre-market, but not necessarily. Wall Street is not totally active at this time. We'll have to wait and see what happens during the day. Of course, during the day, these companies will have the opportunity to react to this news regarding China's AI, and we'll have to see how the market digests those interventions from the individual companies during the day. Now, last week we talked about price targets, and I'm not gloating here, but our mission is to take money off the table as the market is rising, or if we're short, we need to take money off the table as the market is falling. And so last week we ran up to our next price target for the Dow, for the S&P 500, for the Nasdaq, for the equal weighted Nasdaq, and those were all opportunities for you to lock in some profits up at those levels. Now, of course, if you locked in some profits and kept the remainder of your position, of course, you're going to get hit today, but you've got the buffer of the profits you've already locked in. So you won't be losing as much money as the rest of the market if the market was to end the day down at the levels it's trading at in the pre-market. Now, looking at the TSX most actives, there was no major trend changes on Friday. So there's B2 Gold. Gold is trading down slightly in the pre-market this morning. Then we've got the Royal Bank still on a buy signal. No change there. No change for Enbridge. No change for Birchcliff on Friday. There's a new high for Caliber on Friday, breaking out above the previous highs. Canadian Natural Resources, like most of the energy stocks, they're still on sell signals. No change there. No change for CIBC or for the TD Bank. Then we've got Bitfarms still on a buy signal here, treading water. Uh, Bitcoin is down in the pre-market. It is trading below $100,000 at the moment. There's Baytech moving down, new low for this move. Then we've got Air Canada still on a sell signal, no change there. No change for BlackBerry, still on a buy signal. Things would change on Monday if it were to close below $5.73. And then looking at Celestica treading water on Thursday and Friday, looking for a close on Monday below $159.71 to give us a new sell signal for Celestica. Let's finish off this morning's presentation taking a look at the U.S. most actives, and we're certainly expecting a lot more trend changes here. We've already talked about NVIDIA. Then there's Rigetti. We're looking for a close below $11.02 to give us a sell signal on Monday. Not expecting a change for B2 Gold. We've already got American Airlines on a sell signal. We've already got Lucid on a sell signal. Then looking at Riot, we're looking for a close below $12.37 on Monday. Finding resistance up here at 1406. We did trade above that back in November up to 1563, but I don't think that's going to happen on Monday. Apple still in the doghouse here, holding 1875 down. It's not down that much in the pre-market this morning. If we break 1875, then 1094 would be our next target to the downside for Apple. Ford still on a buy signal. A close below $9.91 on Monday would give us a sell signal. Palantir is trading down in the pre-market this morning, looking for a close below $70.90. Then looking at Intel, we're looking for a close below $20.35. And last up this morning, we've got Tesla sitting on the edge of a new sell signal. It is currently trading lower in the pre-market, so any close below $404.42 would give us a sell signal on Monday. Okay, folks, that's all for Monday's presentation. It's going to be an exciting day out there this morning. I'm not reacting to what's happening in the pre-market. We will wait till the end of the day and see how the pros close the market at 4 p.m., and then we'll make any decisions based on that price, not what we're seeing in the pre-market on Monday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Tuesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.